Hello everyone, welcome to this week's plan with me. There is some construction in the background, but I'm kind of curious with the mic if you can hear it. It's just a little thudding. Let me know in the comments down below. Because there's no place in my house where during the day you can't either hear kids or construction, and this one is the room where you can hear a little bit of construction, but I don't know if it's picking up through the mic, and I also feel I talk loud enough and often enough that it might not be a bother. But anyways, this week I am using, I believe this was December mystery. Was it December? I think so, maybe. I'm not sure. It'll be in the title. It is not sold in shop. It might be coming back later this year though. If you want it, I would definitely try and check out the Facebook buy sell trade group, either on the ISO post or if somebody had posted it on the main feed. But I'm using that, and I'm also using a mixed metal. I have been obsessed with mixed metal, especially the hollow lavender hollow combo. It is now available in the shop with the new sparkle format. So pretty. And then I think in the old format there's a twinkle, and I usually just pull random things. I have the twinkle bottom washi, and I just pulled the bows off of that. And I'm also using the Caress Press makeup foil. I didn't initially plan to use this, but I saw somebody pair it with it. I don't remember who it was. I think it was on Instagram or Facebook or something like that. And I was like, wow, that is a beautiful idea. And like I say with a lot of foil bundles, I kind of using half of it and then saving the other half for later, and then mixing it with a confetti or something. Oops, sorry. To kind of downplay it a little. And I think that balances it out. And then also I'll have leftovers to do another makeup-y spread with the hollow later. But I think it turned out super pretty, and I love the hollow and lavender hollow with the tones in this kit because there's the purpley blue colors, and I just think it really works. I actually just placed a really big foil order, and I ordered a bunch more mixed metal in a new format that I think might be my favorite. It's like sparkle, how I feel you could use it with anything, but it's a little bit more themed, but not really. But it's so beautiful that everyone I've shown it to has been oh wow, okay. But I'm ordering it in regular foils and mixed metals, and then I think my next foil order, I'm going to order it in a bunch of sparkly foils, which was Jess's idea because I think it is a very should be in sparkly foils. So very excited for that foil bundle coming. Probably not till mid year or the last quarter of the year, but it's still exciting, right? I have some other things coming too that are newer, and I am just super, super pumped about it. I just love foil, and I'm just in the zone with the foil, the reformat, and I've been saying, I'm just reinvigorated and so into planning and the new format. I think by the time that you will have seen this video, the new format will have been revealed. And actually I think I have a plan with me going up tomorrow. I'm filming on February 17th, but it'll be one of the next videos you see, and I'm really excited about it. And I hope y'all like it, and I was really, really happy with the way that it turned out. But yeah, let's get into the plans because I will probably catch up to myself. If not, we will adjust the clips so I do. So this week was just the week of being tired, and I didn't do anything self-care or any beauty type things, which is kind of the vibes of this kit, but I just like using some kits because they're pretty and they don't have to have anything to do with the week. But I was it's just a vibe. Mostly, I think the colors just give me winter vibes. So yeah, I don't even think it was that cold this week. It might have been, I don't remember, but I was super tired, so I put that into the sidebar. And then on Monday, it was my father-in-law's birthday, so I put that in, and the in-laws went and hung out with him that day, and I had to get my booster shot this day, finally, and I didn't really have, I actually had a weird side effect, which was a swollen lymph node in my armpit. So there was that, but otherwise, I just had a sore arm. I think, because I got my other, my first and second shot, whenever I was pregnant, I think my lymph nodes are a little swollen hormonally during pregnancy, so I didn't notice, but I definitely noticed it with this one, and then it went down after about 3 or 4 days. But I thought it was so weird, and I was like, what's going on? And then I looked it up, and it is a common but uncommon side effect of the vaccine. Not mostly, they said the first shot, but the second and the third one, it's more common. So that was strange, but I didn't get a fever or get sick or anything like that. So it was very similar to my second shot which was easy. Then I put in that I went to Target for the first time in forever. And when I say forever, it was like a month and a half, 2 months. I had just been doing like curbside pickups, but I decided to go to Target after my booster shot and just walk around and see what was good at Target since I hadn't been there in a while. And it just kind of takes me back to like the beginning of like 2020 where I didn't go to Target for like 7 months, which is the longest that I haven't ever been to a Target, which was wild. But yeah, I always just remember that and I just think, what a time. Then I worked on the master bathroom because I wanted to finish up like organizing everything in there. And then we went over to Nick's parents, obviously to pick up the boys and to have dinner over there. He wanted golden chick, which I remember the first time we got it, I was like, is this gonna be like KFC? But no, it's so good. They have like a roasted chicken that's like phenomenal for being like fast food chicken. It's just delicious. So we got that for dinner. And then on Tuesday I put in that I was super tired. I think this was like the end of like Lila's like sleeping like weird kind of time, and then she kind of like is back into her normal. She had a couple days recently where she was like waking up 2 times at night or just like being hard to like put down, but she's kind of seemed to level out again. I think I knock on wood almost every video, but like let's hope. Then I got Starbucks for breakfast and I worked on Lila's room this day, like putting everything away and started to get everything organized. And then also my in-laws came over and we started taking down Christmas stuff. Me and my father-in-law like took down the Christmas tree, I think, and other like holiday decor, which it's funny because I feel like I could have left it up because a lot of my holiday decor besides like this like wreath thing I have is very like modern and it kind of blends in that you don't even notice it. And then whenever I took everything down, it didn't look less Christmassy, it just looked like bare. So I kind of was like, I should have just left some of the things up. I did actually leave up that we have a couple of like triangles that are like marble. And I was like, they just look like geometric triangles. So I left those up. But same with Easter. I have like 2 wooden bunnies that I think also could be left up like throughout spring and probably forever. And no one would really notice that I have like Easter decor up. But my Valentine's Day, I did put up 2 like Valentine's Day Funko Pops that were like Darth Vader and a Stormtrooper, and then like a like red and pink heart garland, which I have to take down still. But those are a little bit out there. I don't really have any Valentine's decor that's like otherwise. I don't know. I'm not a big decorator. I'll do like cupcakes and like painting and like baskets for the kids, but decorating for like these small holidays I'm not a fan of. I just have like 2 or 3 things I plop up and call a day. So I took down Christmas stuff and we got Fortune Garden for dinner, which is like our favorite like Chinese food place. And I think this was the first time that my in-laws tried it and they loved it. I think we're actually going to get it tonight and take it over to their house. It's so good. They have like the best noodles ever. On Wednesday, we got Starbucks, of course. Starbucks is an every morning thing for me. I tried to quit it, but it's just not the time yet. One day probably whenever Lila's like in her own room and like sleeping through the night fully and it's not like a task to put her to sleep and like I get 8 hours solid, then I'm quitting Starbucks. But until then, it's what keeps me going. I also made pancakes and we just hung out with the fam and tidied up the house. I also organized my office this day because my shelves were getting unruly. I still have a little bit more to do, and I had planned to like this week earlier to film an office tour for my like home office, but I didn't get to it. But it's on my list of things to do within the next, let's say, 1 month from doing this video. I would really love to film it. I don't know if I'll have it edited like super quickly, but I think I'm going to do just like a rough overview with the disclaimer of it's not finished, but it won't ever be. And I will do more in-depth tours of areas if y'all want, kind of thing. Because I feel like if I wait until it's like finished in quotes, I'll never do it. Kind of like the actual office tour, it's never finished. So I feel like I'm never going to do it. And then I think I didn't do an office tour in my last like 2 offices, like personal offices, just because I never felt like it was done. So I might just have to like just do it and hope that y'all are okay with it. So hopefully that'll be coming soon. So I worked on that on Wednesday, and then I had a phone call with Brian, which I don't ever call anybody on the phone, and no one ever calls me on the phone. Actually, I've got a couple phone calls recently, but Brian called me this day, so I figured I'd put it in, and we were chatting about that festival I think I mentioned a couple of videos back, the When We Were Young, we were all like, should we go? Should we not go? What should we do? I think it was like relatively impossible to get tickets anyways. It was like kind of like a crapshoot. And then they ended up like extending it many, many days and even days into the next week, which obviously had to have been pre-planned. They just did it for like marketing of like it's selling out, so we're opening more, which is, I know it's just a tactic, but like this is kind of annoying. But basically, we all decided that we don't want to go prior to even ticket sales like going up, just because it was like, I don't know. I think it's one of those things that I'd rather see it happen first, and then if it's like really good, I'd go a different year. But also I found out that, well, I looked up, and Bamboozle, which is my personal festival of choice in my childhood, is supposed to be coming back in 2023, and I feel like Bamboozle had like 10 years of like good vibes, and like knowing that it was good, and I went like many years, so I feel like I'd rather wait out for that. But I do think it'd be really fun and something to do. Like, we always talk about going to ACL, but it's just like, I feel like ACL doesn't have as many bands as I listened to whenever I was younger, or even like just in general listen to now. But I think that if Bamboozle happened again, that it would be a lot of bands that I listened to in the past. But yeah, I'm interested to see how the festival does go, and if it does go off like well, I would consider it for the future. But yeah, Brian called and we were just talking about like all the things that we heard and like what's going on, and yeah, it was just worthy of putting in. I just, yeah, phone calls don't ever end. Like, it just doesn't ever happen for me. But I feel like Nick and Brian are always on the phone together. Like, I feel like I would say 90% of the time that Nick is on the phone, it is with Brian. If not 95%. But we always, every time he calls, we go, Brian Krasetsky. Because it's always a story and always funny. So then Lila had a bath this night. I had nothing to put in, y'all. I was just like, all right, what can we put in? Lila had a bath. On Thursday, we had second breakfast at Nick's parents' house. I think that I got like Starbucks really early in the morning. And then we went over there for breakfast. And then I put in, we have like cleaners come to like deep clean. I feel like it's just been like amazing, and I don't know, I couldn't do without it. But they were just taking forever this day. They were down like a person because it was supposed to be like icy. Was this like when the ice happened? I think so. They were down a person, so we were at my in-laws for forever, and there was something that I like needed to do at home that was like time-based that I didn't end up getting to do, so I was just like stressing out. And then we got Panera for lunch on the way home to go, and then it just cuddled the girly. And then for dinner we got tarka, which is like Indian, and I love Indian food a lot, but I've been scared to eat it because it's been years, and I've just been terrified because I got super sick twice in a row eating Indian food, and I think it might have just been the place I got it from, but I got like projectile vomit, ill, down for days, kind of sick. And the first time I just kind of was like a fluke, but then when it happened the second time, I was like, maybe it's like a spice or something I'm allergic to. I don't know. But it was always really sad because I just love Indian food. But this day I was like, I'm in a good mood. And if I got sick tomorrow, I'd be okay. And it'd be fine. And I'm going to take my chances. So we got tarka, and I didn't get sick. So I'm like super happy because we'll probably get tarka a lot now. And Bree's also happy because whenever she was here, she wanted to get tarka. And Amanda always like asked me to get tarka. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I really want to, but I don't want to get sick right now. But I was like, if I get sick this day, I was like, it'll be fine. Like, I'll be okay. It'll be worth it. It'll double confirm what I know. And thankfully I did, because I was not sick, and it was so good. And we've had it twice since, and I got different things both times. And it's been delicious. Then I put in that I had a bath this night. Also, Lila had a bath this night, but I took like a really long bath by myself, which was really exciting. I watched Just Like That, and then Nick and I watched Dollface, which we have been loving Dollface. It is funny and easy to watch. It's not like the most revolutionary show ever, but it's like cute and funny, and I don't know, very like trendy humor, I think would be the best way kind of to describe it, but I like it. And the second season I think just premiered like last week or something like that. We're not caught up though, but soon. Then on Friday I put in that we had like an Amex fraud issue, which was super annoying because it was on my card, so I had to go through and like figure everything out as far as like, you know, moving subscriptions that might have been on there, and then like where it could have come from, blah, 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 blah. And it's weird because it's one of those, it is the card that I use only for business subscriptions. So I was like really confused as to how it was hacked itself. Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't use it anywhere besides the places I always use it that are on auto pay for business things. So I was just like really confused and really annoyed. But we had like a bunch of charges from Apple that were like, I don't remember what they're like for like a secondary phone number. And I guess that's how they get like money from like Apple that they could like resell or something. I don't know. But that was annoying, and thankfully Nick noticed because I never noticed anything. I'm just completely oblivious to most things. Then I made bread this day, which was so good. I'm trying to think of like what kind I made. I think it was just like a basic artisan bread, I think it was. And it made 2 loaves. And the whole thing was I wanted to make chicken noodle soup, and Nick's like annoying about chicken noodle soup, so he makes me make bread. Not makes me, but like he really prefers it if I make bread with it, or we'll just eat like bread from a bag, like from the store. But there was this recipe that I wanted to try anyways that seemed really easy, and it made a ton of bread. Like, but the thing is, a ton of bread doesn't last in my house. Like, it was 2 like quite big loaves, and by the end of dinner, because I made it in like the afternoon and they ate it, everyone ate so much bread. We only had like 3/4 of a loaf left, and that didn't last. I think it lasted until the next day, and it was all gone. But like, bread is so easy to make. I just like, I don't know why I've been sleeping on it my whole life. I think it's easy to make, I feel like, whenever you have like a stand mixer, because otherwise it's like a lot of like physical labor, and that's discouraging sometimes. But I have been loving making bread and anything bread based. Like, I feel like pretzels, and I like really want to make cinnamon rolls, because it's all basically the same ingredients. It's just different like techniques and like different like small things and measurements. But like, I love making bread. And I also bought a bread maker, but I feel like it's, especially whenever you have, like I said, a stand mixer, it's like pretty much just as easy. The nice thing about a bread maker is you could like set it at night and then have fresh bread in the morning. But yeah, bread. And I made chicken noodle soup this day, which was so good. I love chicken noodle soup, especially in an Instapot. I don't think I'll ever go back to like making it on the stove. It just seems like such like a chore, and it takes like so long. But like an Instapot, you can make it in like an hour, and it tastes like it's been like sitting all day long. I just love Instapots, and I got one for Brie for Christmas, and she was like, I don't really need one, blah, 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 like, and she's vegan too, so I got her like a vegan cookbook for it, and I was like, Brie, I know you can use this, like, especially because like being vegan, she eats like a lot of vegetables and stuff, and vegetables take like quite a while to cook, especially in soups. They're the longest thing. And I was like, you're gonna love it, and she used it for the first time kind of more recently, I think like a month ago, so it was like probably like maybe 2 months after I got it for her, because I got it around Black Friday and sent it to her. But she was like, Andrea, what is this magic? Like, why haven't I been using this all along? This is amazing. I'm going to cook everything in it. And I was like, I told you. It's so good, and it just cuts the time, and it also, like, all the flavors just, like, get in there. And she's made so many things and sent me pictures, and I'm like, Brie, I told you. Everyone can use one. They're just, like, they're the best. The absolute best. And we also got this cake. I got it from Amazon. Amazon Fresh is usually where I do most of my grocery shopping, because it's like super easy, and they don't have a lot of things like H-E-B. If we want to get like weird stuff that's like not basic, like I usually just get like eggs, milk, meat, vegetables, those kind of things. I don't really get a lot of other things whenever I grocery shop. I get like yogurt, cheese, sour cream, the basics. So Amazon's super easy, but sometimes they have some weird stuff that I'm like, let's try it. So I saw that they had a 7-Up cake, and it's actually like the 7-Up brand, like on the logo. So I'm assuming they have something to do with it. And I was like, y'all, everyone in the wax community loves 7-Up pound cake scents. And I've always been like, is that like a real thing, or just like a mix? And like, that's the vibe. Do you know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, I'm going to get this. It's probably gonna be disgusting, but let's see. And it was amazing, y'all. It was such a good pre-made cake. Like, probably one of the best, like, pre-made store-bought cakes that I've ever had in my entire life, right after Carvel ice cream cakes. But it was so good. It was so moist, and the icing was delicious. It wasn't too much. It was just enough because I'm not a big fan of like a ton of icing or a ton of like sugary stuff on top of a cake. But this was so good. So if you ever are in, I would assume probably like Walmart would have it because I feel like Walmart also has like Carvel ice cream cakes and stuff like that, like weirder, like random things. 7-Up pound cake. Mwah. So good. Get it? Let me know what you think. I'm sure there's also recipes if you want to make it, but like the pre-made was really good. It didn't last very long in this house. Then we watched 90-day shows. There's like 2 new shows on. It's David and Annie and Alexi and Lauren. Did I hear a door? I'm not sure. They have their own spinoffs, so we've been watching those, but honestly I don't even know what they're called, so I just put in like 90 day and just call it a day. But we've been watching that, and then we watched Darcy and Stacy, and we also, I just put in Cuddle Nick because I needed something else to put in there. Then on Saturday, we had Starbucks for breakfast, or just Starbucks in general in the morning, and then I cuddled Lila and hung out with Theo. Again, I didn't have anything to put in, so those were my go-tos, and then like basically just hung out as a family all day long, which actually something else that I've been trying to do this year, kind of as a resolution, but kind of not really, but like sort of, is I really want to take 2 days off a week. They don't have to be consecutive and they don't have to be on the weekend, but I don't want to do any work. Like I'll go on Instagram and I'll check my emails, but that's it. Like I don't want to like do anything else work related. I'm not going to film. I'm not going to design. I'm not going to, I don't know what else, whatever else I do somehow ends up being all day every day. But I'm going to take 2 days off a week. I did it last week and I'm going to try and do it this week. Last week, honestly, it did stress me out a lot. And even like I still check my emails and I still do Instagram. So I feel like I'm still working a bit, not a lot. It's like stuff I can do when I'm sitting around like and have a minute. But I feel like on Monday I was very like, oh my God, I have so much to do. So I think what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to keep my planner open. Like I do have a pen and paper planner that I write to-do lists in. And whenever I think of something, I'm going to put it in. And I feel like if I put it in like throughout the week on the days that I'm going to be working, it won't be as stressful if I have it allocated to a day already. Because I feel like whenever I, on Monday and sat down like with the list of all the things that I needed to do, I was like really stressed out along with the regular things that I have to do. It was just kind of a lot. So I'm just going to have to like figure out how to make the day after I work, or maybe like splitting up the days would be better. The day after to be like a little less like daunting and like anxiety inducing. So we'll see how it goes. I'll keep y'all updated, but I think I want to put like day off on those days because that'd be like, I don't know, it's just kind of a goal of mine to have 2 full days off where I just like hang out with the family, get house stuff done, make like bread, do whatever I want, and just like chill. And read too, because I've been reading and it's taken me back to pre-kids whenever I like didn't read and fall asleep. I've been really trying to get in there, and I think it helps because Nick's also reading. He's reading books about aliens, which are, I'm just like, and sometimes I'll be like, I'm ready to go to bed. He's like, 5 more minutes. And I'm like, that's so cute. But yeah, just kind of chilling. That's my goal for this year, is to do that. And I think that that's like a good goal. And also to read more, because I bought like all the like 3 Bridgerton books, and I read a book last year. And I bought the 3 Bridgerton books whenever I watched Bridgerton, and I never ended up reading them. And I'm like over halfway through the first one. And I think that my goal would be to like read 12 books this year. I think that'd be like a pretty safe goal. I'm pretty sure I can do way more than that. But I think like reading 12 books this year and taking 2 days off every week that I can, I think that those are like 2 attainable goals. I feel like always my goals are like eat healthy and work out and do this. And that's not going to happen for me yet. I'm going to work up to that one day, but it's just not for me right now. But I think that these goals are obtainable and something I can do and like won't make me miserable right now. Anyways, on Saturday we did get late night DoorDash of McDonald's, which has been my weakness, especially whenever I just like cook the kids food and then I'm like, all right, I'll cook for us later, and then I'm like, oh, I'm tired, and then I'm like McDonald's. Or if I'm sad or depressed or like stressed or angry or any negative emotion, McDonald's, like, it's probably a really bad habit, but it does make me feel better. I don't know why. It's probably psychological for sure. Then we watched Darcy and Stacey and also 90 Day Single Life, which I believe is over now. The the tell-all was like kind of intense and kind of like, what? If you saw it, and you know. On Sunday, I made pancakes, eggs, and bacon and got Starbucks. And then I put in that girlie was not sleeping this day. She was just like fighting it, which just made her like kind of fussy all day, but normal baby stuff. And then I worked on the reformat this day, and while Lila slept on me, it was just like, I had basically finished the reformat, and then I needed to do like more things, like templates for myself for if it's like, whenever I did the reformat, I did the template of if it's like the glitter like this, where it's not like a color, it's like the color of the kit. And then I needed to do a template of one that is like a gold or a silver glitter. If I do like a fun color, I'll like add that in. And then I needed to do like a new monthly template, which I changed the monthly, but not a lot, just like kind of spruce up the like files and stuff. And then I did a mystery template, and then, which had all new stuff, and I need to do the mystery glitter template. Just like having a lot of like basics that'll save myself time in the future. I had to do the listing template. I had to do the files. That was like a whole nother thing. I think I did that last week, the week before though. So there's a lot that goes into like a reformat and like moving things around, figuring that out. And then after that, I have to format the files. And after that, I have to format the cut files. And after that, I have to format the listing files and do different templates for if I'm doing like a glitter throughout the whole thing. It's just way easier to have that versus every time I do a kit having to be like, oh, I'm going to do gold glitter. Now I have to go in and change everything. It wouldn't take super long, but it's nice to have a template to start. I just copy the template out and then I just put in all of the stuff, if that makes sense. Then I put that just Lila slept on me during this. And then this night I did FaceTime Brie, which I had pulled the wrong FaceTime sticker, I think last week for whenever I FaceTime with Maddie. So I just saved that sticker and used it for whenever Brie FaceTime me. I'm trying to think. I don't think this was the time that she told me she's coming for 10 days. I think that was the next week. But this, I think she just wanted to FaceTime just to FaceTime and like see the kids, and have like Denver see the kids, her daughter. So I think we just like chit chat for like a minute, but she did FaceTime me, I think the next week, and told me that she's coming for 10 days, which I'm so excited about. She's coming for 10 days in May, and I am so excited. Y'all have no idea. Also, Kane is coming to visit me in March, so in less than a month, and I'm so pumped about that as well. And then Bree's also coming back again in October, which I am pumped about as well. It's just so nice to have like people around, which like, especially like people I don't get to see very often, which is just so sad. Then I put in that we got Chewy's for dinner, which we haven't gotten Chewy's in such a long time. And then I also watched Before the 90 Day, which has been like interesting sometimes, but mostly boring. But that is everything for this week. I really thought that I'd have to speed up those clips, but I think that I'm pretty much almost spot on. I am pretty good at rambling about nothing most of the times. I usually go off on some tangents, and we did. I am excited to be starting to get caught up on my spreads, because I feel like whenever I gave birth, I got a little bit behind, but I feel like probably by the end of March, I should be like almost like live, like doing the Wednesday plan with me would be from the week before. That's what I'm like hoping for. We will see, but that is everything for this week. I love the way it turned out. I love these colors. I just think they're beautiful, and I love the theme. I think it's really pretty and kind of relaxing. Great for January as like a fresh start kind of vibe, but also this is very much so an anytime kit. It's just so pretty, and I love looking at it. But yeah, I hope you like this week's plan with me, and I will talk to y'all in my next one. Bye!